Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Not much, not much. So we did end up holding. So we end up bouncing right off the 400s here. Or 400 is, yeah, pretty much. See if we're gonna make our way back up. There, we swept the previous day low, so if you can sweep previous day high. But we shall see. How's everyone's day so far? Yeah. I feel ya. Uh, 8:30. Yeah, it's early in the morning. Now you can see my time right here. 6:30 p.m. Yeah, I thought it'd be weird to trade at night. Well, like, I mean, I've done like London session. That's like 2 in the morning for me. Yeah, we bounced off this. We ended up coming down, like, it came down pretty much the whole day, or, but then we finally got to this area. So this is what I was looking at, like, when it was coming down the first time. I was like, okay, we can bounce, like, off, like, here, or, like, where it bounced off, like, here. But I was like, okay, this is another level, and then if it can go, that'd be like the low, like, pretty low for it to go. So it ended up going here. So this is like, this is why I kind of didn't trust it, because I was like, I don't know where it's gonna bounce. It can bounce off, like, like this area, or obviously right here, and it did. I don't think I ever actually made it to TP. It made it pretty close, but it was like really choppy. It was like going up, going down, going up, going down. Like, there was really no flow to it. You have a big push down, then a big push up, big push down, big push up. My price action was just really weird. Yeah, just push up, push. Like, just kept trying to just going back and forth. Yeah, so it came down, and it shot back up, came down. Like it just kind of didn't really have a. It didn't. It was coming down, but it just kind of went up and back. Like it pushed down and then push back up. Push down and then push back up real strong. But yeah, I see it's just really weird. Oh really? Yeah, I never actually use like the auto trader with Apex. I use it to copy trade, but that's not banned. But how do they? Like that's the thing. Like, how do they know it's bots? Like the only way I could say is like if it's very weird, like if it's like high frequency. Because there's like I don't know if you guys ever heard of grid trading. That's an old bot kind of style, and that's like always trading. That's like you're doing a lot of trades in a day, high frequency. Obviously, humans not doing that, because you could do like 100 trades in a day, and it's like all day, so it's like obviously like, so it looks fishy. But I don't know like how that would work. I think if it looks normal, if it doesn't flag anything like. But like I said, I don't use Apex as like my leader for like the auto trader because they do a lot of copy trading of your own accounts. So obviously they allow you to have 20. I mean, why wouldn't they let you copy trade? Uh, I don't think so because they've never allowed bots. Like that's always been a thing. I don't think they're getting. I don't think so because they always. I don't know. Yeah, they've never allowed bots. That's why like my Apex accounts. Like if I do anything, like I won't have them as a leader. They'll just be a follower because they allow copy trading of your own accounts. Like Lucid does. So I just use Lucid as my leader and then copy the rest. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that'd be weird if they didn't like copy trading because it's like y'all like literally everyone copy trades them. That's literally what everyone does to 120 accounts. Or we know however they're many. That'd be like this thing the stupidest rule for them. That's like their big draw is like 20 accounts. Just a normal. It's the normal amount of like lag, I guess you could say. Like it's never like 100% in sync. Plus, it's actually better like that. Is like if it like all the I guess if you had like I guess it doesn't really matter. But yeah, it's always a little bit off. Like it's like maybe like a couple like 1 or 2 points depending on it's the biggest thing is just the price movement. If depending how fast price moves from like the initial entry, like once the trade is like set or sent, and then how fast price moves, that's kind of determines. But it's never like a crazy amount. 10 bucks maybe, $20 possibly. It's nothing like catastrophic. Nothing like not like $100 difference. Not like it's not gonna be like 10, like 20, 30 points. Never been anything crazy like that. Yeah, I'm thinking like a couple of points. Yeah, yeah, because like when it enters me in the trade, you can see like this is the points of like how like in profit or not in profit. So it'd be like 1 or 2 points. Like if like say like it'll be like whatever I'm in profit and then my points. You'll actually see you can actually see the difference. Like so, it'll say like possibly like 2 points, and it'll say like 1 point or 0 points still because it hasn't moved. That tells me like how off it is. And I'm sure there is better copy. Like I'm sure there is better copy traders that can get like nanoseconds, like perfect fills. They're pushing down pretty hard. The big 4 hour wick. Morning. It is very interesting. And even push down. That's weird. Not really weird, but interesting. We seem bullish. Well, we're about 80 or about 70 points from the flip. So, I mean, if we do keep pushing down, it could flip. Yeah, but basically, the previous day low, it would actually flip trend ish. So, it is possible. So, let's see. Man. All right, let's see if pretty big orb today. All right, so about 181 point orb. Take a look. I looked earlier, but let me look again. Can't remember. Yeah, FOCM at 1. I mean, sorry, 1. Yeah, 1. Got a little bit of news at 9:30. Unemployment 8:30 or 8:30 at night, and Trump speaks at 1:30. See what's Thursday got. Thursday, not too much. Right, not too much. No, let's see. Wednesday. Yeah, so FOMC meeting 1 o'clock, and then Trump speaks at 1:30. Hopefully, we're not in a trade right, or not still in a trade by then. who who knows? Oh, yeah, they've never allowed bots. They've always been that's always been the rule. Yeah, like the way I normally do it is like if I'm copy trading or I'm using like auto trader, I'll have a leader account of like a different like I'll use like Lucid, and then Apex will just copy. So I'm just copy trading. All right, breaking to the downside. Yeah, I never had a problem like Lucid because well, there's a difference between using like a bot and then copy like auto like copy trading. Like Apex allows copy trading. Like they allowed you to copy your own accounts. If it breaks this low here, it breaks like the 400s, this thing could drop like really far, I think. How far is this? Oops. I hit the daily. Yeah, I think if it breaks this, it's gonna drop. Oh, I'm not even logged into my account. Hold on. One second. Let's see if we come and retest. Yeah, because I think if it breaks these lows, this could be like a nice drop. Definitely could hit TP. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, if it breaks these, it's probably gonna go down here. See if do we sweep or are we actually gonna break? Alright, let's see if we retest any of these levels up here. The previous day low, previous week low. Orb. See if we get through these levels. We're just retesting. Alright, retesting. The FEG is holding. Could be a good short. Got 2 minutes left in these candles. Looking pretty hard though. Alright, that retest kind of held. Let's see what we do. Yeah, retesting the previous day low. Yeah, we're bouncing around that level. See if we push down below these, because if we break, if we can break and continue down, it's a pretty good drop. Yeah, 30-day window can be a pain sometimes, especially if price action is not cooperating. See if it can break the low. Yeah, if it like breaks here, where's these lows at? Yeah, I think that's when we'll start dropping. It'll probably start dropping like crazy. There it goes. Trying to push. Oh yeah, they're not gonna get for just like really cheap for nothing. Well, I guess like they're not that cheap to be honest. They're about like about like if you do like the end of day, about like $100. It's pretty much like kind of like the going rate. But they do have like I think it was at like 100% for the first like X amount of money. Yeah, when it comes to Apex, I try to get it done like in a day or two. I think day's a little tricky because like you do have like $1,000 drawdown or not drawdown but daily drawdown. Yeah, if it breaks at this level, I think we could drop. There it goes. So we could be able to drop down to At least to the like this area over here. Really nothing in the way. Hey, it's not a bad short. You know, based off like breakout, pull back, previous day low, held this level is held. It would been if you'd entered right off that, you could just wrote that down. It's not a bad short. And you have a good target. Not a bad short. See if we end up bouncing to, let's see. Yeah, because we could end up going, if we end up hitting the golden, like the pocket, we can end up bouncing down here. But we'll see. See if it at least gets down to like this wick area. I'm bouncing around the 50%. See if we bounce off 300s. Let's see if we retest this level here. All right. Let's see if we see how far we push before we're gonna reject. Pretty much. Seemed like we were gonna go back up to like previous what was it, previous day high, and then price decided, nope, I'm gonna go down. We bounced right off of here, so I was expecting us to come down a little further, then reject. I was like, maybe we can make it down here, but we'll see. We still, we still price still head down that way. Yeah, we're rejecting again off this level, so we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty good rejection. Yeah, it's holding there. Let's see if it breaks the lows. I had a good shot against that TP though. Especially if it breaks these lows here. Yeah, just kind of like bouncing around. Seems like price does want to go down, but kind of just stalling. Well, what I'm trying to see is like how far price could go down, because I was like, if we look, we've seen the daily. We could wick down here, but trying to see how far we get down. Let's see if we retest any of these points. Because we retested a previous day low. You know, came down a little bit. Could be just sweeping the lows and reversing, but we'll have to see. See the price structure. These are some, you know, it's got to get through these levels. See if it does want to reverse. So that's what I'm kind of interested to see. But we did like, you know, wick. But what we have been doing lately is coming about 100 points, like out and then reversing, or like clearing 100 points. I don't know exactly, like it's not exactly 100 points, but like I feel like 125 and reversed. That one didn't even break out, but we only made about, let's see, how far did we make it? About 100 points before the session end. Where did we make it here? About 150 points. So would be interesting if we were able to reverse and get the breakout to the top side. Oops. And let's see if we bounce off that previous day low. All right, see if we push past these levels, let's get back into orb, or if we just retest it. Alright, see if we push past these levels. Pretty good rejection off that previous day low. Alright, see if we see if we can get back into orb. Pretty interesting. Alright, almost into orb. Alright, almost back into orb. Could we get the reversal? Who was in that short? Hopefully, hopefully out already. I mean, might survive if this is just a retest, but let's see if this closes inside orb. Already pushed through all the levels. I mean, not all levels, but like you already pushed through. My mouse go. Pushed through these levels pretty easily. Bebop and push it back into orb. Could be just it could have been just a sweep of the lows. We just swept everything. I mean, we did just sweep everything from the lows from the overnight. Swept it. We could be doing like a 10 a.m. reversal. Oh yeah, that's a big possibility. Honestly, if it goes past, I mean, obviously, like, well, okay, yeah, it was a little bit risky. A little bit risky of a trade if you were taking the downside. Like that's what I was saying. Like when it comes to these like weak bull trades, that's why they're like not valid because they do work, but they do have like a higher possibility of like the win rate is not good on them. That's why it's coded into the system not to take it to block those trades just because they do end up failing majority of the time. Like the return on them was negative over the 7 years, so that's why I didn't include them. But I mean, it could be a retest. Let's see. Let's see what price does. If it tries to break out again. Uh, it's not bad. Like it hasn't been like a fantastic, but it hasn't been like bad. A lot of break evens. I think it was like I think we're definitely in the red, but let's see. We're gonna break out again. Pretty far retest if it is retesting. Let's see you tomorrow. Alright, see if we can get a good push back into orb. Only 180 points to go to break to the top side. I will say I was kind of I wouldn't say worried, but I was like, I don't think it's gonna get back that quick. It actually came back a lot faster than I thought it would. Back into orb. Or to get to the retest of orb. I thought it was gonna chop like I was gonna chop, at least for a good while. Okay, I'll be right back. I get something I'm gonna get a drink real quick. I don't think I'll miss much. All right, so it seems like we're just retesting orb still. Price is still one down. Well, we're back in orb, so I mean, what can happen? I mean, kind of depends. Kind of depends on volume. We made it back to orb in a hurry. We could be retesting, trying to come back down. We could just chop around inside orb, or we could try to make it to the other side and break out. Kind of our three options. So just kind of wait for what price what tells us what it wants to do. See what the 4-hour looks like. I mean, if we can do like how it's, this and then do this push again, this would be nice. Right here, just do this kind of push. Take out all this. But for that to happen, price needs to start moving. Just retesting. Yeah, or this could just be a break and retest. The price just is going to try to push down, but kind of want to see what price does. Yeah, price has been kind of erratic. Where it'll push down, push back up, push down, like kind of. Oh, this is kind of a trend down. And we'll get like a push, like it's like okay, we're gonna go short, then boom, then okay, we're gonna go short. We did go short, or we did go down, and then price just reverses, chops around, and just pushes down. So it's been kind of just doing that lately. Yeah, this could be a break and retest going to the downside. Yep, I just saw that. I was looking at that. Yeah, I was like, I couldn't even make it to a C. Because like that'd be like if you were gonna take this, that'd be like the better entry. Because this is easy TP. But I don't trust this at all. The fact that we broke so easily through the levels here, we just shot through them, shot through VWAP. Like I said, it could be a retest. But it looks like like we swept pretty much everything. Swept the highs and lows. Like all this is the overnight. Shot up, shot down. I mean, if we do one more move like this, we'll get to the other side of orb. It's more of a time, how long it takes some time to do it. Yeah, these are the markets. It's the markets we're having to deal with. I feel like the system's like in survival mode. Because of like how bad the markets have been. That's why we haven't been getting a lot of trades. No, it's not like the reason why, but that's what it feels like. We haven't been getting a lot of trades, but the market's just been going nowhere. Which is good. It keeps things from catastrophic failure. There's this guy a long time ago. He was okay, so he was way younger than me. When I was working for my parents, he had to been like, I don't know. He was young. And he had like it's a small town in Taylor. It's in Texas, here in Texas, but it's a small town. And it started booming, right? And they have like these really nice lofts. And my parents' company was the window cleaning and janitorial for that building, and so we'd clean the lofts when the tenants move out. Anyway, so like he was this really young dude, and like he had like a Hummer, like a Corvette, and like a bunch of cars, right? But he had this license plate that said Banks Open, and I was like, dude, that's so fucking dope. Because he was in the financial world too. Like this was before, like I was like barely starting off. Like I was not a good trader. I was like, but he was like, I'm guessing like early 20s, and he had that on license, like on his car. I was like, dude, that's fucking awesome. I was like, one day I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get something like that. I haven't hit that status yet. I don't feel like that cool. Yeah, that was the other thing I was thinking. That'd be another cool one. Or pace, yeah. Yeah, it just that always stuck in my head. Like it was always just like a cool like a thing. I was just like, that's like I like that. Banks Open. All right, I think that hit stop loss on the first trade on the first one on that C setup. Nah, no, that's once one day once I feel like cool enough, I'll like one day do that. Yeah, and like I'm not a I don't know, I'm not a flashy kind of guy, I guess. Because like I was supposed to go to this dinner for Womp, I got I got invited. It's like for people in Austin, and you had to like it was like for the top earners in on WOMP, and it's like a bunch of traders. It's a bunch of basically people in the financial field. I get invited to like this dinner and drinks. It's like a social thing. I'm not really that kind of person. But then I was like looking at everyone's profiles and just like literally a bunch of young millionaires. So I'm like, yeah, not my crowd. rather be home with my daughter. All right, see if we get past midline. Yeah, well, definitely this one definitely got saved here. So I had two basic. It had two like we call it filters that kicked this one. Didn't allow this one. The over 100. It was a 100 point or 100 point breakout candle, which tend to fail, and counter trend tend to fail. So it was kind of a double whammy on that one. Swap the lows. So I mean, we cruise up. We have a good chance of getting a breakout to the top side. And structure is starting to look good. Just gotta start breaking some of this. Basically, you guys gotta break this high. Got like little internal highs and stuff. See if we get past midline. Past the see if we can pass this. My only fear, like when it comes to like reversals and stuff like this, my biggest thing with it is that like if we get to the other side of orb in a hurry, that volume's gonna die out right when it breaks out. Yeah, so doing the partial like that getting that data is such a pain. Like it's because you have to run it basically twice. You have to do the partial. It gets a little weird. It gets a little weird because in a backtest, it can't go to 50%, take partial, and then move to break even, and then let the rest run. So the system can't do it. Like like once a trade is set, like in the backtest, it can't move anything. That was one thing. And then the other issue, well, no, it's not really an issue. So I made a pint. I had to make yeah. So basically, I had to run one backtest with normal TP, right, and then one backtest with partial, and then I made a Python program to combine those and then figure out what it was. It was good. It was very limiting, and like the hard part was like when you would take a loss. And if you were just hitting a bunch of 50%, it would just the recovery time wasn't as good. It does work relatively well, but letting the trade actually play out with the updates, it was just way better and it was just way easier. Because the news like the stop loss system was actually better, letting it run a little bit better. And so then like some of the new filters that I like, that was like I said, that was like the system was handicapped, which I didn't realize it was handicapped yet. I didn't realize certain things. Like, this is before I was able to to label every trade. So I could label every trade as see like what the volume was on the breakout, what the trend was on the breakout. I figured out a way to literally see that on every single trade. And I would unfilter, like let every gate open. So the system has gates. So that's what they call, like, what I call them. Like, so like the system calls it. So like the counter trend, that's a gate, right? That's a gate that says counter trend trade. It gates the trade. And then the like 50%, like the 50 points, that's another gate. The counter trend, those are gates. So I turn off all the gates, let it completely take every single trade. It's like 2,000 something trades. I was able to label every. I could see what the trend was. I could see what the volume was. I could see what the breakout distance was on each. I could see the breakout distance of like how big the candle was and how the distance was from the breakout. I figured out basically how to label everything, and it has like a key. So it was basically say like how it'll be labeled like a certain letter, and each letter represents a data point for every single trade. And then from there, that's how I was able to figure out, okay, like the counter trends, which ones work, which ones don't. So like counter trend, like certain way, like certain counter trends work, some don't. So that's how I was able to figure out the weak trends. And this is just certain things that like before I was trying to, but because like when we're doing the 50%, that was when the win rate was like under 60%, and the profit factor was a lot lower. So I was trying to make the system better without actually looking at the data more in depth. So I was just finding ways to, improve it without actually improving the code. And then when Knightfall came out, I actually improved the code and was able to basically like look at the data a lot better. And the consensus, when I was testing it, it was easier just to, leave the trade running, letting it play out, because trades would play out a lot better like that. Because you had a lot more trades because of you were taking the 50%, going to break even. So if price came back, you were able to take another trade, but so you're taking a lot more break even. So with this way, the new way, I guess the better way, trades can actually have more room to be fleshed out and to let them play out. It's still not a bad way to trade it though. I mean, if you're trying to lock in, especially if you're trying to like, I don't know, maybe you're trying to do like an eval or something, trying to get, just something locked in. It's not a horrible way to trade. Or if you see something in the trade, like something that worries you, it's not a bad way to kind of manage it. Because there's like a couple of, especially like with a 250, if you're doing the 250 risk, I would definitely just let that play out, because it's only one contract. You're mainly gonna be trading with one contract, so you're kind of better off just letting it play out. All right, see if we stay below halfway, midpoint, then let's see if we bounce up off this like FEG. Yeah, and the other kind of big thing is like when the 50% worked really well, it worked really well. But when it's like you take loss, and then like it would take like you take 2 losses, right? Two full losses, and then the next like it would take like the next 4 trades if you just did 50%. Like say like you have 50% tapped out, it would take like 4 trades to get you back. But if you would have just traded it normally, you would have taken 2 trades, and then 2 trades you'd have been profit. Say like the next 4 trades are wins, you would get like 2 losses, then the next 2 losses were you're recovering, but then the next 2 losses just would be profit versus the next 4 if they just hit 50%. I mean, that's just it's a case scenario, but that did happen quite a bit. It just a lot of it depended on the breakout, where breakout sat. Because if it was like near orb, you're good. But if it was a distance away and it price retested orb, then you get tapped out. It was good, but there was room to be better. It was very safe. That's one of the things. It had a really high win rate, but it just took longer to get it to get out of recovery. That's the only thing I didn't like. But it had like a 70% win rate. So it was, but that's when the win rate for the old version was only like 58%, and then from there I've improved it to I've increased it 5%, and also increased the profit factor like a shit ton. I think the profit factor back then was like maybe like 1.5 something. Now it's 1.7. I don't remember the drawdown on that though. Yeah, I might have to keep an eye on this. See what the afternoon brings. Didn't take a loss, so that's a win, I guess, in the books for me. I will say that the midpoint has been very, very strong lately. Like, has been holding. Let's see, maybe the past couple days hasn't. All right, probably at 10:30. I'll probably call it. Keep an eye on it in the afternoon. See what we do. Yep. Yep. Alright, see if we break these highs here and get past midline. Yeah, it's getting a little choppy. I think I'm gonna call it for today. I'm gonna leave probably the stream open on YouTube just because I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go up, but we'll see if we get a breakout in the afternoon. Hopefully, catch something good. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.